This is one of the worst performing suburbs in Melbourne for apartments over the last 10 years. Port Melbourne unit market has only grown by about 7% over the last 10 years. It went absolutely nowhere for 3 years. 40% of units sell at a loss in that suburb. And you're still going to need about 800 grand to get into that suburb. And I did notice that in some parts of Port Melbourne, you have very high levels of public housing. Like this section's got 46%, which would put a downward pressure on price. Nothing against public housing, but at high portions, it does have an adverse effect on price growth. So units in Port Melbourne, they look attractive on the surface, but the long-term performance is pretty weak. And just make sure that you're looking at the performance of every single property that you're looking at buying. I'd specifically be looking at the performance of studios and one-bedders and if they stack up or not. But for me, the high loss rate plus the low growth, there's a fair amount of risk that you would take into that suburb. I'd much rather be deploying funds in a different area, like certain suburbs on the Gold Coast where you will get a much better return. And so if you're buying on the Gold Coast and you're just not sure which suburbs actually fit your budget, just DM me GC.